Behind every successful business you see, whether it's a small restaurant that become a brand or a startup that turned into a $1 billion company, there are always two people standing behind that success. The entrepreneur who dreams, builds and takes risk, and the investor who believes in the idea and fuel it with capital. They both chase success, but their paths, mindset and goals are completely different. Today we will uncover the real difference between an entrepreneur and an investor. And by the end of this video, you will understand that the relationship isn't a competition. It's a powerful partnership that creates the future. Who is the entrepreneur? The entrepreneur is the spark, the person who sees a problem in the world that everyone else ignores. But instead of complaining, they see an opportunity. They start from nothing, turns an idea into a real product, and takes on all the risks to make their vision come alive. An entrepreneur doesn't just think about profit, they think about value, impact, and purpose. Their focus is on innovation, creativity, and execution. Their constant questions are: what problem can I solve? How can I build a strong team? And how can I turn this vision into reality? What's the investors see the game from a different angle. They don't start the idea, they identify the ones worth starting. They look for opportunities with real potential, strong teams, and the markets ready to grow. Investors are the people who help business scale, but in return they expect a financial return for the risk they take. Their mindset is analytical, data-driven, and strategy. They ask themselves, is this market big enough? Is this team capable of executing? What is the potential return on investment? They think in numbers and probabilities, not just emotions or passion. And that's what keeps the balance. The point of partnership: even though the roles differ, entrepreneurs and investors share the same goal, a successful project. The entrepreneur brings the idea and the passion, but needs funding to make it real. The investor brings the capital and experience, but needs innovative idea to grow their money. The relationship is like that between a pilot and an engine. The pilot knows how to navigate the journey, but without the engine the plane won't move, and the engine alone can decide the direction. They must work together for the journey to reach its destination. For comparison, the entrepreneur creates value and takes operational risks. The investor funds value and takes financial risks. The entrepreneur is the visionary who builds the future, and the investor is the strategist who balances risks and reward. Between creativity and calculation, that's where real success is born. The difference in thinking: the entrepreneur always asks how. How can I execute? How can I innovate? How can I grow? The investor asks why. Why this idea? Why this market? Why this team? That's why both are essential. The entrepreneur dreams and the investor analyzes it. The entrepreneur starts and the investor scales. The entrepreneur creates and the investor multiply. In the end, the entrepreneur is the heart that beats with vision, and the investor is the bloodline that keeps it alive. One builds the value, the other fuels its growth. Every successful business begins with an idea, but only thrives with capital, and both need each other to create a lasting legacy. So if you are an entrepreneur, find an investor who believes in your vision, not just your profits. And if you are an investor, find an entrepreneur who ignites your passion, not just your balance sheet, because the greatest empires were built when passion meets strategy and vision met investment. I truly apologize to you and to myself for the past period. I couldn't make videos because I was going through very bad chapter in my life, and because my phone was damaged and I didn't have the money to fix it. It took a long time, and my friend ended up fixing it and paying for it. But that's part of life, it goes on, and there is no room for giving up on my journey. The bad chapter has ended, and the new one has begun.